Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another episode. And as I promised you in this episode, we're going to be talking about the PCM navigation system that this Macan comes with. Now, this navigation system also applies to all the new vehicles that Porsche has come out recently, including the 911. Just as an FYI for you. The navigation system is pretty intuitive. I've been using it now for like the last 15 to 20 minutes, and I purposely didn't want to spend a lot of time with it because as a new user, I wanted to find out how easy and how intuitive the system was. And quite frankly, it is pretty damn easy to use. Up at the top, you have the home button, navigation, media, phone, car, apps, and then the sound system, as well as a couple of other settings such as devices and the set menu, which we will go through one by one. So starting from home, you get this little personalization screen here, and this screen can be changed up and you can add different things to it, such as your navigation, you got the calls here, etc., etc. Moving down to the navigation, so my navigation is working at the current moment simply because I don't have Apple CarPlay connected to my phone. But if you were to use the navigation on the system, you have your preset destinations that you can set here, such as your point of interest, gas stations, parking, restaurants, your house, as a matter of fact, and then you have your favorites. So you can set all those things up, but if you wanted to go somewhere, let's just say you wanted to input an address, you can do so just simply like every other car. To go back, you can click back on the menu, or you can click back here. It'll take you to the previous menu that you were in. Moving down to the audio system that it comes with is pretty easy to use as well. Obviously, I'm not going to turn it on because then this video is going to have some copyright issues. But that being said, it's pretty intuitive. We don't need to get into it. But as you can see, it has XM radio and a bunch of channels here. This is the radio, and also XM, I believe, is built into this as well. And you can manually tune, of course. Moving down to the phone. So here is my phone, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on it, and it's going to set up Apple CarPlay and everything else for me. Now that I have my phone connected to this, it's asking me if I want to use Apple CarPlay to make phones or the PCM. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose CarPlay. And as soon as you choose CarPlay, the Apple CarPlay screen comes up. From here, you can use your Google Maps, you can use Pandora, and of course you can make phone calls by clicking on the call button. So as an example, let's search for a gas station. Here's a Chevron. So it'll take us 12 minutes to get there. Let's click go. There we go. Pretty simple. Let's go ahead and end this route. So this little button right here will give you all your different apps that you can use with the phone. So if you're not a big fan of Google Maps, you can always use Waze. That's what I typically use. There we go. There's Waze. So it's pretty cool. It's got all these different apps for you to use. And then moving on to the sound menu, you can change the balance, bring more of the audio to the back, bring it to the front, change the balance left and right. We're going to keep it in the center for now. Tone will allow you to change the treble as well as the bass. The Bose system will allow you to change the surround sound, the linearity of the FM sound, basically tweaking it to your likes and dislikes. It's got a lot of cool features. I pretty much ticked them all. And then you have the volume, which gives you your announcements for the navigation, the tone messages, etc., etc. And then inside of devices are all the phones or devices that you have connected at the moment. So right now I have my phone connected. It's connected for, oops, now I disconnected it. Okay, so now it's connected to my phone as well as music and it's linked up properly. All right, so let's move on to set. Inside of set, these are basically all your car settings pretty much. So you have your vehicle settings, such as locking. You can fold the mirrors whenever you lock your doors. You got comfort entry. It adjusts your seat and steering wheel position. Now this part I'm not going to choose because somehow, some way, it has it pretty much dialed in for someone else. So for myself, I'm going to uncheck that because it's a little inconvenience for me getting in and out of the car. I'm returning the car back today, so even though I am returning it today, there might be a chance that I might stop somewhere and whatever, but that's for that. Lights and visibility, you got your exterior lights, fade for 30 seconds, high beam assist. Wiper, you got your rear wiper back there. And then climate. Okay, so right now I have my climate and airflow set to soft because I don't like it blasting too much. Where I live in San Diego, it's not really that necessary to have high flow of air, so I usually keep it at low. It's good enough for me. And then you have your displays, display brightness. I guess we'll keep it in the middle right now. You can actually turn the screen off if you wanted to, but we're not going to do that. That'll defeat the purpose of this video. Proximity sensors, activate proximity sensor. Okay, I have no idea what that is. If anybody knows what proximity sensor is, write down in the comment section. Touch tone settings. So every single time you touch, it'll make a little tap sound. I don't know if I like that. We're going to turn that off. System settings. Date and time, units of measurement, voice control. So this has voice control, short dialogue, help text screen, interrupt voice. That's pretty cool. Language is set up to English, and then you have software update. So no software updates are available at this time. And I believe the software updates via the internet. I think this has like LTE connection, which is right up there. But correct me if I'm wrong, and down in the description section, let me know if I got that wrong. And then factory settings, this will reset everything. So we'll leave that as is. And then Porsche Connect is an app that you use on your cell phone. And this stuff is really not pertaining to me because I don't have the Porsche app installed on my phone, so we're not going to mess with that. Navigation, if you're not using Apple CarPlay, this is all of that stuff here. So this will auto zoom, that's pretty cool. Smart routes. Display after system start. So this will give you all the different routes depending on traffic. So I just enabled smart routes, and as soon as you turn it on, it will tell you the different routes that you can take, and you can just choose one, and then that's the one it'll go to. So this is cool. It has a self-learning, self-improving navigation system. As I suspected, this system will update itself via the LTE online connection. So it will also update the maps as well. In previous generations, you had to actually put a DVD in there and update the hard drive that was in the system. But now everything is updated on the fly with LTE. So I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Tuner settings. Additional online data. Search online database for additional information on played music. Sure, this will give you pretty much who the artist is and what the song is about, etc., etc. HD audio content, that's pretty cool. We want to enable that. Sirius XM settings. This is your subscription information, all that stuff, so we're not going to mess with that. Phone settings. Basic phone for PCM. This is PCM related. It doesn't have anything to do with Apple CarPlay. And these are your contacts and your sound settings, such as ringtones and microphone sensitivity. Set microphone sensitivity for phone calls. All right, we're not going to mess with that. And then owner's manual, and then your initial setup wizard as if you were to buy the car brand new from scratch. So that's that. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for this review of the Macan PCM system that has been recently upgraded. And I think it's a great little system. You can get all these different menu options here as well as here, and here can change all the stuff if you're driving and it's going to be a major distraction to look at this and the road. You can change everything from here. So we got navigation, car settings, you got all the built-in apps such as weather, and then you have news, gas stations, hotels, and pretty much to make your life easier on the road if you're looking for a gas station for that matter. Now, I don't know who's going to look for a hotel while they're driving. I typically know where I'm going and I typically book the hotel ahead of time, but you can search for a hotel nearby if you're on the run somewhere. But regardless, I think this is a great navigation. I think with the built-in functions and the always-on internet navigation that you have on this thing, I think it's a fantastic system. And it kind of makes you spoiled for in your own car. If you don't have such a system, after you drive something like this, you're going to want it. I know I sure do. So that's basically it. If you guys have any questions or comments, write them down below. And let me know what you think of this Porsche navigation system. Do you think other systems that are out in the market are better than this, or do you think this is the best of the best at the current moment? All right, guys, that's basically it. Stay tuned to the next episode. Give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys on the next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.